guys, welcome to my 2024 tier list video. I'm going to be ranking all the books that I read in 2024. If you're new here, my name is Miles. Make sure you guys like and subscribe. I make videos, book content. We can be book besties. Make sure you guys subscribe and join the bestie fam where we obsess about books and talk about them. Here I have every single book that I read in 2024. And on these 6 tiers, we have, like, what? WTF. Then we have, this should have stayed in the drafts. Okay, like maybe this shouldn't have been published, in my opinion. Like, this one could have stayed in the drafts. Then we have, I honestly don't remember. Like, there's so many books where I read them and I, like, was even doing this. I'm like, I don't remember reading half these books. And then we have, you were good, but I need you to be great.
Paige, you were good. I'm waiting for you to be great. Did you really?
Okay, so we were at, you were okay. You're okay. And then we have new personality unlocked, because when I find like a really good book, I'm like, okay, this is my personality for the next like 2 to 3 business days. Then we have I'm actually healed. Okay, like this book saved me. This book changed my life. Like, I'm actually healed. So there we have our rankings. I read about 114 books in 2024. So we have these on here. I did not put memoirs or like autobiographies on here so let's start from the bottom. So we have None Shall Sleep. This one, I'm gonna say, I honestly don't remember. I don't really remember. I'm like trying to think of the premise of the book and I honestly don't remember. Like, you weren't terrible, but you weren't memorable, okay? Then we have You Deserve Each Other. This one, you were good, but you weren't great. This one was like kind of like a rom-com-y one. It was funny, there was humor in it, but I also was like, why were you guys together in the first place? So you were good, but you weren't great. Then we have Nightbane. Should have stayed in the drafts. I know people love this book. However, I think this book is chaotic. I think it is all over the place. I think that they're trying to put every single popular trope into one book, and I found it so hard to follow. I felt like the author was just making up shit as she went, and yeah. Veiled Kingdom. This should have stayed in the drafts. I did not enjoy this book, and I honestly don't remember it either, so. Nor Goes Off Script. New personality unlocked. New personality unlocked. I loved this book. This was so good. This was my first Annabelle Monaghan book, and I definitely enjoyed my time reading this. This was so good, so refreshing. The Love Wager. You were good. What am I doing? You were good, but you weren't great. Yeah, I liked it. It was good. Spark of the Everflame. I'm actually healed. I'm healed. I love that book. Luther? Okay, I love Spark of the Everflame. I don't care what anybody says. That book is so good. So good. Daydream. You were good, but you weren't great. I felt like they were so much better as friends, in my opinion. I felt like it dragged. It didn't really have a plot. I just expected more from Henry's book, to be honest. I was so excited for it. The rom-commers. This should have stayed in the drafts. This one, I just did not enjoy this book at all. I felt like the humor wasn't there for me. I didn't really enjoy it that much, and I felt really bored, and I felt like the characters were pretty annoying and not likable. Caraval, you were New personality unlocked. I liked this one. I'm gonna give this one, it was good. I liked Caraval. Like, it sticks with me. But do I want to continue it? Honestly, yeah. No. I want to move it down to You Were Good, You're Not Great. I don't know if that was my personality. The Wishing Game. You were good, but you weren't great. It was good, but I wanted more from it. The Husband's Lie Secret, or whatever, that novella from Frida McFadden, Like, I get it was supposed to be like a joke. Like a joke about like the book she writes, like a joke about thrillers, but it was just not good, even in joke form. Lovely War. New personality unlocked. I loved Lovely War. I loved that it was told from these like goddesses and God's perspective. I loved that it had history and humor, and I had a good time. Apprentice to the Villain. I honestly don't remember. That was so forgettable. The first one was better. but I did not really care about the second one. I didn't need a second one. The Bodyguard, you were good, but you weren't great. Like, it was good. It was solid. You with the View. Should have stayed in the drafts. I hated this book. I know a lot of people love this book. I found it so boring. I hated it that the grandpa was there and they were doing it. I hated how obsessed she was with her grandma. Like, the whole thing was so boring to me and so weird to me, and I just did not like her at all. Unpopular opinion, because I know people love that book. Middle of the Night by Riley Sager. You were good, but you weren't great. Oh my god, why do I keep pushing that? You were good, but you weren't great. I wanted you to be great because I love Riley Sager, so I hold him to a high standard, but it was good. It just wasn't my favorite. Kill for Me, Kill for You. I kind of low-key loved this book when I read it. New Personality Unlocked. This was one of my favorite thrillers last year, I want to say. They did something different they hadn't done. It was like so many timelines and the way it all came together at the end. I thought it was kind of like witty and cool. 1-star romance, huh? Like, that was so bad. It was so bad, and the main character was so unlikable. She literally just was so mean. Like, I remember she was just like making fun of her best friend's fiance so badly and like looking down on them, and she was mad about this guy not liking her book. Like, it was horrible. I DNF'd that, so you will go with Red Queen should have stayed in the drafts. I realized that for its time, like, it was everything, but me reading it in 2024, I was just like not about it. I thought it was so boring and could have been better. Half a Soul. You were good, but you weren't great. I liked it. I liked it. Funny Story. New Personality Unlocked. I loved Funny Story. I had such a good time with that book. I really like I think the character development was my favorite in the book, like coming from a perspective of being like heartbroken, trying to get back at your exes, and then like starting your own new life, and just like, I loved Funny Story. Binding 13. I'm Actually Healed. That series did something to me that no series has ever done, and I will think I need to read the next book, and I'm scared. Okay, I'm scared. Friends and Lovers. I honestly don't remember. Between Friends and Lovers, I don't remember, to be honest. Like, I remember not liking the main character. Everyone Dies on Vacation. Actually, huh? / it should have stayed in the draft. Okay, huh? WTF? That one I DNF'd. Reckless. Oh my god, I honestly don't remember. Like, I was so annoyed with that. Actually, you should have stayed in the drafts. Reckless. What was that? It was such a filler book to me. It was annoying because of how much I loved Powerless and how like my expectations were for this book. So I'm not even excited for Fearless. I'm actually scared for Fearless because you have one more chance, okay? A novel love story. Should stay in the draft. I'll put it, I honestly don't remember. Like, I remember, but like, do I? You know what I mean? It was kind of forgettable. Happily Never After. I honestly don't remember. That was a really forgettable book. It wasn't terrible, but I just kind of, Legendborn. Oh my gosh. Should have stayed in the draft. I know people love that book. I did not enjoy it. I thought it was boring, and I really wanted to DNF it, and I didn't. Full Measures. Huh? I don't remember that book, but I remember I did not enjoy it. These Hollow Vows. Should have stayed in the drafts. I did not enjoy These Hollow Vows. I DNF'd it. The Housemaid Is Watching. Honestly, don't remember. I don't remember anything that happened in that book, actually, which is kind of crazy. It was a third book. I understand the first one was the best, but the other two books in the series were just pointless in my opinion. I'm glad I finished it just to see it through. However, it felt like a money grab to me because there was really no point. Catch the Sun by Jennifer Hartman. Oh yeah, New Personality Unlocked. I had so much fun with this book. I loved this book. I was not expecting it. I randomly picked it up at Barnes one day because I liked the cover, and it pleasantly surprised me. Forget Me Not. I really liked this book. I will say you were good, but you weren't great. I had a good time. It was one of my first LGBTQ like lesbian romances, and I really had a great time. So you were good, but you weren't like great. It wasn't a 5-star like quality, but I really liked it. The X-Files. You were good, but you weren't great. I enjoyed it. I think for me, like, keep in mind, like, for me, great is like 5-star. In the Dark. This was for my like reading like Dua Lipa book, and I honestly don't remember what this book was about. It was so complicated. I don't remember what it was about. The Wedding People. New Personality Unlocked. I genuinely had so much fun with The Wedding People. I was not expecting it to be as deep as it was, as dark as it was, as humorous as it was. I enjoyed every second of reading that book, and I think it was a great literary fiction. I'm so glad I picked it up and read it. Pictures of You. You were... Honestly, I don't remember. I like recently saw someone reading this book and they talked about the premise and that's why I remembered it. But I genuinely remember thinking the other day, like, I don't remember what the book was about. But it was an amnesia trope. Wasn't my favorite. I thought the book was kind of slow. I didn't get attached to the characters. So, like, it's a very forgettable book. And it had a lot of hype around it. So I was really excited for it. And it just kind of, like, fell flat for me. The Most Wonderful Crime of the Year. You were good. Like, you were good. You weren't great, but you were good. This was one of my favorite, probably, like, Christmas books I've read, and that's not saying much because I never really hold them at a high regard like that. To Kill a Shadow. I love this book. I love Catherine Quinn. New Personality Unlocked. I enjoyed this so much. I just bought Shatter the Night, and I'm really excited about that. And the lighting is going weird. That's not good. Okay, we're gonna move you. We're gonna move angles a little bit, guys. It's a little bit of an angle move. Okay. So I just got the second book, Shadow the Night. Love Catherine Quinn. I loved To Kill a Shadow, and I still to this day and will never shut up about it, but I genuinely think that's such an underrated fantasy series. I love the found family. I thought it was good. Christmas Tree Farm. Did I DNF this? I honestly don't remember. I don't remember. No, I did not like this book. I did not like it that much. No, I didn't have a good time. The Invocations. Should have stayed in the drafts. I did not have a good time with that book. And I had higher like hopes for it too. And I just didn't really like it that much. Pumpkin Spice Cafe. I honestly don't remember. It's a pretty forgettable book. I remember it was great for the fall time, like to get cozy. I was in the mood, but like it was so weird. The insta love was weird. The mystery subplot was weird. All of it's weird. And I think this author is lucky that she makes cute covers and is kind of ripping off Gilmore Girls for the basic for the basic girlies out there who love it. The Fake Out. I loved The Fake Out. Wait, is this now? This was this. Is it the second one or the third one? You were good, but you weren't great. Love in the Time of Serial Killers. Huh? What the fuck? That was horrible. I DNF'd that one. It was so bad. It was so bad. And then I like looked up the ending just to prove my point because I knew it was going to be dumb and I knew it was going to be bad. And I was right. And I'm so glad I did not waste another minute because I can only imagine how pissed I would have been if I finished that. Okay. The Way I Used to Be. New Personality Unlocked. I loved that book. I loved it so much. I actually have the second one and I just loved how dark it was and like deep it was. It was dark, but it was deep and it was showing the realities of what happens when someone sexually assaults like somebody and the process and the grief and the like the emotions that someone goes through and if they're having a hard time. And I thought it was super realistic and it was done so well and I loved it. Blood Trader. I honestly don't remember. This was the third book in the Prison Healer series and I have no idea what happened. I remember the first book though. I really liked it. Check and Mate. I honestly don't remember. Okay, I'm realizing Ali Hazelwood I don't think is for me and that's something I realized in 2024. No, I realized in 2025 when I DNF'd Not in Love. Her books just don't do it for me and I'm not honestly sure why. I think I want them to do it for me so I can feel like I'm a part of like the hype club and I like feel involved with everybody else, but it really doesn't do anything for me and I get bored. Lightlark, should have stayed. I honestly don't remember. I don't remember. Same with Nightbane. It's chaotic. Although I liked Lightlark better, I think, but it's just forgettable. The Women, I'm Actually Healed. Okay, this was my top book of 2024. The Women, I think about this book all the time. Kristen Hanna healed me. She tore me apart. She put me back together again. I laughed, I cried a lot more. And I really want to read The Nightingale, but I need to be in the right headspace. Okay, I need to be in the headspace for Miss Kristen Hanna. Lotus, huh? I hated that book. I was absolutely like, what? No one can know. Absolutely like, huh? That's being nice. I should change this to what the fuck, because that was a what? We're changing this to what the fuck. Okay. No one can know was so bad, and no one did know. I finished the book, guys, and I still did not know, because there was like no ending. I've never read a book that was so drawn out and there to be no ending to a thriller. What do you mean there's no ending to the thriller? That book pissed me off so bad. I wish I DNF'd it. Betting on You. You were good, but you weren't great. You know, Lynn Painter is one of those people where she just knows how to do banter in a good, like, palate cleanser book, but they're not memorable. Sisters of Sworn Song, Rebecca Ross. You should have stayed in the drafts. I, like, not only do I not remember, but I just remember I was, like, incredibly bored. Listen for the Lie. You were good. You were just good. Okay, I like that. I like that it was in the form of the podcast. I like that it was super realistic, and I had a really good time reading that. Delicious Monsters. Oh man, I don't remember a dang thing about that book, but I loved the cover. That's honestly why I bought it. Never Been Better. What the fuck? Okay. The premise of this book was good. Okay, they tried. They did a... She went straight from like the... mental hospital. Yeah, mental hospital. And then she had to go to this wedding. And the way they were like treating her mental issues, like not seriously at all. And they were like treating her crush that she had on this man, like, and breezing by these really serious issues. It just did not hit for me. It was boring for me. She was unlikable for me. I didn't like the way they handled her mental health and like how they weighed the importance of things. And I thought the whole thing was honestly boring. Okay. Bride. Should have stayed in the drafts. I could not stand that book, to be honest. I don't know if... I don't like blood like that, so I don't know if like vampire books aren't for me or what, or werewolf books aren't for me, but I did not like this book and I did not enjoy it at all. The Do-Over, you were good, but you weren't great. Like, you were just good. Like, it was a cute Valentine's Day. I highly recommend reading it for Valentine's Day. It's like groundhog trope, but Valentine's Day themed. And she did it really well. Variation. This book pissed me off. You should just stay in the drafts, okay? Like, Rebecca Yarros is a good writer, okay? But it was so ballet heavy and the events just didn't make sense to me. The romance lacked for me. I feel like it could have been like called the ballet book. You know what I mean? I was super annoyed with a lot of the things that happened in this book. A lot of the things did not make sense. I was like, God, it pissed me off. And it was like 500 pages on top of that. Throne of Secrets. Honestly, I don't remember. This was not a very memorable book for me. However, the cover was stunning and I liked the first one, but this one was kind of blah for me. I wasn't really attached to them and it was just whatever. Iron Flame. I should remember because I honestly don't remember. I should remember because I need to read Onyx Storm, but it was just so it dragged so bad. Honestly, the last, like, I want to say maybe 20% of it, 15% of it got good, and that's when I was into it, but the rest of the book just dragged for me. Like, it was 400 pages of arguing, and that really made me mad. Like, the miscommunication trope for that long is actually diabolical. Jail. Expiration Date. It's really good. I loved it. It's basically like every person she date had like an expiration on the slip and like she knew the end date, and then one day like all of a sudden she didn't have an expiration and she was like, wait, what? Like, is this the person I'm gonna marry? And it was so good. I really liked it. Okay, it wasn't great, but it was entertaining. Ruthless Vows. Honestly, I don't remember. I couldn't tell you anything that happened in that book, and I love that series, but I genuinely can't tell you. I only read it for the characters, and I love the characters, and they're so beloved to me, but I honestly don't remember, and that's so sad for me. Keeping 13. I'm healed. Anything in that series, I'm healed. Okay. How My Neighbor Stole Christmas. I actually kind of like this one. For the Christmas time, I was like, you were good, but you weren't great. You know, for Christmas, it was cute. It did what it needed to do. Oh my God, I honestly don't remember. This one disappointed me. All This Twisted Glory, because that was the third one in this Woven Kingdom series, and I honestly could not tell you what the heck happened, and I was bored. Crying in H Mart. You were good. I liked you. You were good. You were good. It was like it was a autobiography or whatever. It was yeah, she wrote it about her life and I thought it was super interesting. to read about her life. I wasn't obsessed with it, but I thought it was good. Beartown. I'm Actually Healed. Okay, that book is amazing. I love Beartown. I read the second one. I love that one. Swift and Saddled. I honestly don't remember. And the only reason I do remember is because I'm currently reading Lost and Lassoed and it's reminding me, but this one was not my favorite at all. Powerful New Personality Unlocked. The way that book made me cry, that was such a good novella. That's probably one of the best novellas I've read to this day, to be honest. And I had such a good time. Hi, doggos. He's so cute. Okay, Trust. This was like a Pulitzer Prize. WTF. I honestly think I was too dumb for this book. I was so bored. I DNF'd it. I'm so sorry. And honestly, it won a Pulitzer Prize, so what do I know? The God of the Woods. Oh my god. You should have stayed in the drafts. Way to waste my time. Way to waste my freaking time. It was like the longest book ever, and it dragged on, and I'm like, you know what? It's gonna drag because the end is going to be... Boys! Boys! Because I'm like, the end... Get out! Out! Stop. I'm like, because the end is going to be a banger. The ending was so anticlimactic. Oh my god, I was so mad about that. The Paradise Problem. New Personality Unlocked. I had such a good time with this. This could easily be like, I could see... Boys. I could see a young Jennifer Aniston playing this and like, with like an Adam Sandler. Okay, and that's not good casting, but like, you know, it gives that vibe, like that fun vibe. He's rich, they have fake marriage. It checked all the boxes. Heartless Hunter, New Personality Unlocked. That was such a good enemies to lovers, like such a good enemy. She's a witch, he hunts witches, like they're both trying to trick each other. It's so good, I love it. I can't wait for the next one to come out. Cinder, you were good, but you weren't great. I liked it. Honestly, it was like a Cinderella retelling, and I liked it. This Could Be Us. You were good. I really had a good time with this one. And this was the second in the Before I Let Go series, and I had a good time. I actually might have liked this one better. Ministry in Time. You were good, but you weren't great. I felt like with the hype, I had high expectations. It was entertaining, however, it, like, I wish we got more of a follow-up at the end. The end really made me mad, but this summer will be different. You were good, but you weren't great. Another one, The Heiress. Should have stayed in the drafts. What was that? I did not enjoy that one at all. And I don't remember it either. So, Assassin's Blade. Oh, God, this is hard. I honestly don't remember. Okay, hear me out. I took the advice of people and I read Assassin's Blade before I read Throne of Glass. I shouldn't have done that because reading something with no context as a prequel is really hard to care. Okay, I'm thrown into these people that I'm probably supposed to care about, and I didn't, and I had no idea what was going on. So were the individual stories good? Yes. Did I care? Absolutely not. Like, I regret that. Okay, so now I have no motivation to read Throne of Glass. Seven Summers, New Personality Unlocked. I had a good time with that, and I loved it during the time. Would I still feel like that? Probably not. I would say you're good for your background. Margot's Got Money Troubles. I liked this book. You were good. You were good. I thought I did what it needed to do, and I had a good time reading it. Now I'm like thinking about some of these. I want to move on. Tomorrow. You were good, but you weren't great, okay? It was better than I thought it would. I put off that book for so long, and I mean, I don't see the hype that it had, but it was good. The Invisible Life of Addie LaRue. Oh my god, I'm Actually Healed. That book is one of my favorite books. I had such a good time with it, and I think about it all the time, and I would just love to keep learning about Addie. If you want to do a part 2, but like make it good, thanks. Saving Six. I'm Actually Healed. Yes, I am, Joey. Yes, I am. Okay, you literally break my heart. You break my heart and put it back together again. Hidden Pictures. You were good. Okay, you were good. I like that. It was a pretty solid thriller, and I had a good time with it. It was very twisty, very turny, very fast paced. Wrath from the Dawn, I honestly don't remember. I remember like I liked it during its time, but I'm not going to continue the series, and I just kind of glad I got it off my TBR. Phantasma. You were good. I liked Phantasma. It was entertaining. Before I Let Go. You were good. This one is getting the most. You were good, but you weren't great. Love of My Afterlife. I liked it. You were good. I had a good time reading that book. Six of Crows. I honestly don't remember. I'm so sorry, but I just don't remember that. I know it's a heist, but I was bored during that book, to be honest. And I know it's beloved by so many people. And And I don't know if it's because I just wasn't in the mood for it or wasn't in it, but I was very bored during that book, and I was so happy when it was over because I was just like, oh my God, like I have no motivation. Honey. I honestly don't remember. I know it was about like a pop star and kind of like redoing the whole boy band NSYNC Britney thing, but it was a pretty forgettable book, and it kind of felt like a really bad ripoff of Daisy Jones and the Six. Catching Feelings. What the fuck? I hated this book so much. What do you mean you're a liar throughout the whole book and I'm supposed to accept that? Man, I was like, is this book for real? Actually, don't read it. Home and Where the Baddies Are. I don't remember. It was a thriller, and I remember it was like about home tapes and the things like a tape, but I honestly don't remember what happened in the book. But I didn't hate it, but I just don't remember it. So it's pretty forgettable. I missed the Magnolia Park books. I don't know why, but I read The Long Way Home and Daisy Hates, and those are both in the I'm Healed section. I need to know you guys to know that. I had 95 books on here, and so I'm missing about 10 books. I know I read some memoirs on there and stuff that I don't have listed, but this was so much fun. I've always wanted to do this, so I'm so glad. What did you guys think about my tier list? Should I have more, like, I don't know, this is my first one, so I don't know if I should have more sections, but this was so much fun to do. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you stick around and subscribe and comment down below what books healed you in 2024. And thank you for sticking around. Make sure you like, subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.